Words cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. You see, it takes real eyes to realize the real lies behind how the English language is structured. To uncover the deeper meaning of a word, you have to break it down. Now, look at it forward and backward. Study it, go to the etymology of the word, examine it, and explore different anagram arrangements. And when you start doing this, guess what? You begin to communicate more consciously. Words are not just tools. They shape perception and influence reality. And as a content creator and marketer and a licensed optician, I use words every day to influence and connect with people. That is basic compared to something deeper. And when the meaning of words is altered of the phonetics, and when the phonetics are manipulated, you are not just influencing people, you are showing them and shaping them how they think without them even realizing it. When you buy property, you sign a contract filled with terms and conditions. A con is a deception. To contract means to shrink or restrict, the opposite of expansion. Many people fall into legal language they do not fully understand. And once you sign, you are bound by it. Originally, understand implied standing under authority. That's why I say understand, understand. I'm not standing under no one. No one should stand above you, and you should not stand above others. Understand is a word that's from within, a deeper level of knowing, base of knowledge and truth, to know the ledge, so you don't step off into darkness, fall into darkness. You did. The word mortgage comes from Old French and literally means death pledge. Most mortgages are designed over 30 years, which mirrors a life sentence. That is not a coincidence, people. Now look at your daily routine. You wake up. And wake is also a gathering for the deceased. You say good morning, which sounds like mourning, mourning, an expression of sorrow for the dead. You go to work and even call it an undertaking, which is the role of an undertaker, someone who prepares the dead for burial. Think about that. Wake, mourning, undertaking. The language itself reflects a cycle most people never question. You work 5 days to get 2 days off. It often feels like the weekend of the deal. The weekend, the W-E-A-K end of the deal. You spend 8 to 10 hours a day working, and by the time the weekend comes, you are drained. And then what is normalized as realization? Alcohol. You feel me? Alcohol. The word comes from Arabic, akul, al-kul, K-U-H-L, often interpreted as a body-eating spirit. That's why liquor is called spirits. Now look at the media. Television can be broken down phonetically as tell-a-vision. Tell-a-vision. It programs what you see and how you interpret reality. A program, that's what quotes now, is exactly that. Programming your mind. The tell-lie-vision. George Orwell said it best. If thought corrupts language, language can corrupt thought. To stay informed, people turn on a channel and watch a broadcast. To channel is to tune into a frequency. A broadcast is sent outward. And when you turn on the TV, you are choosing to receive that transmission. Like the news, broadcasting spells north, east, west, south, N-E-W-S. And modern filmmakers, what I call magicians, use symbolism, repetition, and storytelling to influence the subconscious mind. Hollywood. Wow, man. Hollywood itself is tied to a holly tree, historically used to make wands for rituals. And today, these same principles show up through psychology, imagery, and repetition. Scripts are written and repeated to bring ideals into reality. Scriptures. News reporters read scripts every day, delivering information in a structured way. And whether they realize it or not, they are part of a system shaping perception. Now think about the word government. Ment means your mind. It relates to your mind. Govern means to control. And put it together, and you start to see the pattern. Much of what we accept as normal has been shaped through repetition, language, and conditioning. You see, we may not be able to change the language overnight, but we can become aware of it. Your subconscious mind absorbs patterns, repetition, and meaning. It does not filter irony the way you think it does. That is why affirmations are powerful, people. The words you repeat shape your internal world. To move forward, you have to learn, unlearn, and learn. Let me say that again. To move forward, you have to learn, unlearn, relearn, and learn. Step away from constant noise. Spend time in nature. Disconnect. Reflect. Reflect. Ask yourself real questions. What do I believe about myself? What do I believe about the world? What am I capable of? A word is where it starts, people. When Christianity tries to prove God, what happens to faith? Question mark. What if trying to prove your God is the fastest way to change him? In Christianity, the Bible says, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Now that raises a question. If faith is essential, what happens when certainty replaces it? Faith operates in uncertainty. It lives in what cannot be verified. But the moment something is proven, it leaves the realm of belief and enters the realm of knowledge. And knowledge changes the relationship. You don't have faith in what you can measure. You don't believe in what is already proven. You simply accept it. So the real issue is not whether God exists. It is this. If your entire relationship with God is built on faith, what happens to that relationship when the faith is no longer required? Does it deepen? Or does it collapse into something else entirely? Because at that point, God is no longer something you believe in. He becomes something you observe. And that is a completely different kind of existence. So maybe the question is not, can God be proven? But, what happens to your idea of God if he is? Continue to unlearn, relearn, and learn. Continue to evolve. Peace.